Pause for a second. Just 1 second. Feel where you are. The weight of your body, the air moving in and out of your lungs. You're here. You made it through everything life threw at you yesterday, and you're still here today. That matters more than you know. Something brought you to this video. Maybe curiosity, maybe desperation, maybe that quiet voice inside that refuses to let you give up, no matter how loud the other voices get. The ones that tell you you're failing, you're falling behind, you're not enough. Those voices have been speaking for a long time, but today we're going to give them something they've never faced before. Silence. Not the silence of emptiness, the silence of strength. Imagine you're carrying a backpack. You've been carrying it for years. Inside are rocks. Every rock has a word written on it. Not good enough, failure, unlovable, weak, broken. You've been walking through life with this weight on your shoulders, and you forgot you can put it down. You forgot the straps even exist. You've learned to live bent forward, accepting the ache as normal. What if I told you the rocks aren't yours? What if someone else put them there? What if you've been carrying weight that was never meant for your back? Epictetus, born a slave, beaten and broken, understood something that set him free long before his body was free. He wrote, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." A slave, chained and owned, discovered inner freedom, while men who owned him lived in chains of their own making. Think about that. Your circumstances don't determine your captivity. Your mind does. Today we're opening the backpack. We're looking at every rock, and we're deciding one by one which ones stay and which ones hit the ground forever. This is not motivation that fades by tomorrow. This is reprogramming. This is rewiring. This is you taking back control of the one thing that was always yours but got stolen somewhere along the way. Your mind. If you're ready to put down the weight, hit that like button. Drop a word in the comments that represents one rock you're ready to release. Fear, shame, doubt, whatever it is, name it. Subscribe because freedom isn't a one-time event, it's a practice. And starting today, you're going to practice living lighter. Number 1, your mind is a garden, not a dumpster. You wake up in the morning and before your feet touch the floor, the thoughts arrive. I'm tired. I don't want to face today. What's the point? You haven't even started and already you're losing. This isn't weakness, this is conditioning. Your mind has been trained to go to certain places automatically, like water flowing down a worn path. But here's what nobody tells you. You can dig a new path. Your mind is not a dumpster where random thoughts accumulate until you're buried. Your mind is a garden, and gardens require gardeners. You wouldn't throw trash on soil and expect flowers to grow, but you've been throwing mental trash into your consciousness for years and wondering why your life feels barren. The Buddha sat under a tree and discovered something that changed human history. The mind is everything. What you think, you become. Not what happens to you, not what people say about you, not your bank account or your relationship status or your body shape. What you think. That's the raw material your life is built from. Think of your thoughts as seeds. Every time you repeat a thought, you're watering it. Some seeds you've been watering for so long they've grown into trees with deep roots. I'm not smart enough. I always fail. People don't really like me. These trees cast shadows over everything. They block the sun from reaching new seeds trying to grow. But here's the secret. You choose which seeds to water. You can walk past certain thoughts without stopping. You can let them exist without giving them your energy. A thought is just a thought until you grab it and make it yours. Try this today. When a negative thought appears, imagine it floating past you like a cloud. You don't have to chase every cloud. You don't have to climb inside it. You can simply watch it drift by and disappear over the horizon. The sky doesn't hold on to clouds. The sky lets them pass. You are the sky, not the clouds. Marcus Aurelius, Emperor of Rome, wrote in his private journal, "The universe is change. Our life is what our thoughts make it." An emperor with absolute power over millions understood he had no power at all unless he first mastered what happened inside his own skull. Start paying attention today, not to your thoughts, but to the space between them. In that space, you exist without the noise. In that space, you remember who you really are. Not the collection of fears and failures your mind keeps replaying, but the awareness behind it all. The one who notices, the one who chooses, the one who decides right now to become a better gardener. Number 2, the voice in your head is not your voice. Listen carefully to that inner voice right now, the one reading these words. Whose voice is it? I'm serious. Close your eyes for a moment and really listen. Is it your voice? Or does it sound like someone else? Your father's critical tone when you made mistakes. Your mother's worried questions about whether you'd succeed. Your third-grade teacher who made you feel small. Your ex-partner who told you everything wrong with you. That voice has been speaking so long you assumed it was you. It's not. It's a recording, a tape loop playing in the background of your consciousness. And here's the terrible truth. You didn't create that recording. Someone else did. But you've been keeping it alive by playing it over and over. Carl Jung, the great psychologist, said something that should stop you cold. Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate. You think your negative thoughts are just who you are. They're not. They're who you were taught to be. By parents who didn't know better. By a world that profits from your insecurity. By experiences that left marks you never healed. Watch a child who's learning to walk. They fall, they cry maybe, then they get up and try again. They don't sit on the floor and say, well, walking isn't for me. Everyone else can do it, but I'm obviously broken. That thought comes later. That thought is taught. Here's what changes everything. You can choose a new narrator. You can become the voice that speaks life instead of death, encouragement instead of criticism, hope instead of despair. When you catch that old recording playing, pause and ask one question. Would I speak this way to someone I love? If your best friend made a mistake, would you say, "You're such an idiot. You always ruin everything"? Of course not. You'd say, "Hey, it's okay. Everyone messes up. Learn from it and keep going." So why do you accept language from yourself that you'd never tolerate from anyone else? Starting today, when the critic speaks, don't fight it. Fighting gives it power. Just notice. Ah, there's that old recording again. That's interesting. Then gently, firmly, choose a different thought. Not, "I'm so stupid." Try, "That didn't work. What can I learn?" Not, "I always fail." Try, "This didn't go as planned. I'll adjust and try differently." The old voice will fight back. It's been in charge for years. It won't surrender quietly. But every time you choose a kinder thought, you weaken the recording. Every time you speak to yourself with compassion, you strengthen a new voice. Your voice, the one that was always there, waiting to be heard. If you're choosing a new inner voice today, type in the comments, "I am rewriting the script." Number 3, the comparison trap is a prison with open doors. You're scrolling, everyone's winning, everyone's happy, everyone's living the life you want. Their bodies are perfect, their relationships are goals, their careers are taking off while you feel stuck on the runway, watching everyone else fly. Stop. You're comparing your behind the scenes to everyone else's highlight reel. You're measuring your chapter 3 against their chapter 20. You're using someone else's journey as evidence that your own is broken. And it's killing you. Theodore Roosevelt said it simply, "Comparison is the thief of joy." But it's worse than that. Comparison is the thief of reality. It makes you blind to your own progress because you're too busy staring at someone else's. Think about social media for a moment. What do people post? The vacation, not the credit card debt. The engagement, not the arguments. The promotion, not the rejection letters. The smile, not the tears they cried an hour before taking that photo. You're comparing your full, messy, complicated life to a carefully curated fantasy. And you're losing a game that was rigged from the start. The Stoics practiced something called the view from above. They'd imagine looking down on Earth from high above, seeing all of humanity going about their tiny lives, worrying about things that, from that height, meant nothing. From up there, your neighbor's new car doesn't matter. Your friend's Instagram-worthy vacation disappears into the vastness. Your fear that everyone else has it figured out becomes laughable, because from up there, you see the truth. Nobody has it figured out. Everyone's struggling. Everyone's pretending. Everyone's scared. Here's what frees you. Run your own race, at your own pace, toward your own finish line. Not the finish line your parents wanted. Not the finish line society designed. Not the finish line your high school classmates are racing toward. Yours, the one that matters to you. When you catch yourself comparing, stop and redirect. Instead of, they have what I want, try, their success shows me what's possible. Instead of, I'm so far behind, try, I'm exactly where I need to be to learn what I need to learn. Celebrate other people genuinely. When you cheer for someone else's win, you're not diminishing your own chances. The universe isn't a pie with limited slices. There's enough success to go around. There's enough love, enough joy, enough abundance. When you celebrate others, you're practicing the muscle of gratitude. And that muscle, when strengthened, changes everything. Your path is yours. Nobody else has your combination of gifts, wounds, dreams, and destiny. You're not here to be a copy of someone else's life. You're here to become the fullest expression of yourself. Stop measuring your depth against someone else's height. Build your own measurements. Define your own success. Your journey is sacred, unrepeatable, yours. If you're done comparing and ready to start living, type in the comments, "My path is enough." Number 4. Your mistakes are footnotes, not the title. You did something, maybe yesterday, maybe years ago, and you're still there, still replaying it, still using it as evidence that something's wrong with you, still letting one moment define your entire existence. But here's the truth that changes everything. Mistakes are events, not identities. You made a mistake. You are not a mistake. There's a difference so vast, it's the difference between prison and freedom. Thomas Edison tried thousands of materials for light bulb filaments. Thousands. Each one failed. A reporter asked him how it felt to fail so many times. Edison said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." He didn't see himself as a failure. He saw himself as a learner. The events didn't define him. His relationship to the events defined him. You didn't fail. You experienced failure. You didn't mess up your life. You had a moment that didn't go as planned. The mistake is something that happened. It's not who you are. But when you fuse your identity with your errors, you trap yourself in a prison with no walls. The door is open. You just can't see it because you're too busy staring at the floor where you fell. Understand this distinction. Shame says, "I am bad." Guilt says, "I did something bad." One attacks your core identity. One addresses your behavior. Shame keeps you stuck in the past. Guilt helps you grow toward the future. Shame whispers, "You'll never change." Guilt says, "You can do better next time." Your brain has something called negativity bias. It remembers pain more vividly than pleasure because evolutionarily, remembering danger kept your ancestors alive. But in modern life, this bias doesn't serve you. It makes you replay your worst moments while forgetting your best ones. It makes you define yourself by your lowest point instead of your highest potential. Think about someone you love. Do you define them by their worst day? Do you hold their mistakes against them forever? No. You see them with compassion. You give them grace. You understand they're human. So why can't you give yourself the same grace? Every person you admire has failed spectacularly. Every leader you respect has made decisions they regret. Every success story you celebrate includes chapters of falling flat on their face. The difference isn't perfection. It's resilience. It's getting up. It's learning. It's trying again. Mistakes are data, information, teachers. They show you what doesn't work so you can discover what does. When a scientist's experiment fails, they don't quit science. They adjust the hypothesis. They try differently. Your life is the experiment. Your mistakes are the results guiding you toward better methods. Forgive yourself, not because what you did was okay, not because it didn't matter, but because carrying the weight of your past is preventing you from stepping into your future. Forgiveness doesn't erase the mistake. It releases you from the prison of shame so you can move forward. You are not your mistakes. You are not your worst day. You are not the sum of everything you wish you could undo. You are a person learning, evolving, becoming. You are worthy of forgiveness. You are worthy of grace. You are worthy of starting again as many times as it takes. If you're ready to release the shame and embrace the lesson, type in the comments, "I am more than my past." Number 5, you don't need permission to begin again. There's something you want to change, something you want to leave behind, something new you want to start, but you're waiting for the right moment, waiting for someone to tell you it's okay, waiting for permission that will never come. Why? Because nobody is coming to give you permission to live your life. That permission was always yours. You just forgot you had it. Mary Oliver asked in her famous poem, "Tell me, what is it you plan to do with your one wild and precious life?" Not what your parents plan, not what your friends expect, not what society demands, what you plan, what you dream, what you want so badly it hurts. Your life is yours. Your choices are yours. Your fresh start is yours to claim right now. You don't need to wait until Monday. You don't need January 1st. You don't need to feel ready because you might never feel ready. Growth doesn't happen in comfort. Change doesn't wait for perfect conditions. The right time is now, this moment, this breath. Maybe you're thinking, but I've tried before and failed. Good. That means you're courageous. That means you have experience. That means you know what doesn't work. Every ending is information for a better beginning. Every closed door teaches you which doors to open next. Society puts timelines on everything. Graduate by this age, marry by that age, achieve this by then. But life isn't a race with a universal finish line. You can start a new career at 40, go back to school at 50, reinvent yourself at 60, fall in love at 70. Age is not a barrier. Fear is. You're allowed to change your mind. You're allowed to want something different than you wanted 5 years ago. You're allowed to outgrow old versions of yourself. You're allowed to release goals that no longer serve you and chase dreams that set you on fire today. Evolution is not betrayal. The Japanese have a concept called Kaizen, continuous improvement through small, consistent changes. You don't have to transform overnight. You don't have to become someone completely different by tomorrow. Just take one small step today, then another tomorrow. Small steps taken consistently lead to extraordinary places. What's stopping you isn't ability. It's the story you're telling yourself. I'm too old, I'm too young. I don't have money, I don't have time. People will judge. These are real concerns, but they're not walls. They're hurdles, and hurdles can be jumped. Starting over doesn't mean your past was wasted. Every experience taught you something. Every challenge strengthened you. Every mistake gave you wisdom. You're not throwing away your history. You're building on it. You're using everything you've learned to create something better. Give yourself permission to be a beginner again. Give yourself permission to not have all the answers. Give yourself permission to stumble, learn, and figure it out as you go. Nobody starts as a master. Mastery comes from daring to start. Right now, decide one thing you're going to change. One habit you're breaking, one dream you're pursuing, one truth you're living. Don't announce it. Don't wait for applause. Just begin. Quietly, powerfully. Today you are not stuck. You are not trapped. You are not doomed to repeat the past. Every single moment is a chance to choose differently, to speak differently, to act differently, to become differently. The power has always been yours. Now use it. If you're ready to start over without asking anyone else, type in the comments, I give myself permission. Number 6, your worth is not your output. You're exhausted, running on empty, but you can't stop, can't rest. Because rest feels like weakness, slowing down feels like failure. You've built your entire sense of worth on what you accomplish, how much you produce, how busy you look, and it's killing you slowly from the inside. Lao Tzu wrote, "Nature does not hurry, yet everything is accomplished." Think about that. Trees don't stress about growing fast enough. Rivers don't apologize for their pace. Flowers don't compete to bloom first. Seasons change without rushing. Yet you've convinced yourself that your value depends on constant motion, endless achievement, perpetual doing. You are not a machine. You're a human being, not a human doing. Your worth was established the day you were born, not earned through achievements. You don't become more valuable when you finish your to-do list. You don't become less valuable when you rest. Hustle culture has taught you a dangerous lie, that rest is laziness, that boundaries are selfishness, that saying no means disappointing people. So you say yes when you mean no. You work when you need sleep. You push when you need pause. And you wonder why success feels empty. Your body is screaming at you. Fatigue, anxiety, tension, pain. These aren't inconveniences to power through. They're messages begging you to slow down. When you ignore them, they get louder. Your body will force you to rest eventually, either by choice or by collapse. Think about the people you love. Do you love them for what they do or who they are? Do you care about your friend because of their job title or their heart? Do you value your parent because of their productivity or their presence? The answer is obvious. So why do you judge yourself by standards you don't apply to anyone else? There's a difference between ambition and anxiety. Ambition says, I want to grow. Anxiety says, I'm not enough unless I achieve. Ambition is fuel. Anxiety dressed as ambition is destruction. Learn to tell the difference. Rest is not a reward for productivity. Rest is a requirement for being human. You don't have to earn the right to take care of yourself. You don't have to justify needing a break. Your worthiness isn't up for debate based on today's output. Here's the beautiful irony. When you rest properly, you become more effective. Your creativity increases. Your focus sharpens. Your problem solving improves. Rest isn't the opposite of productivity. It's the foundation. You can't pour from an empty cup. You can't run on fumes forever. Practice the art of enough. Enough work for today. Enough striving for this season. Enough proving for this lifetime. You are already enough. Not because of what you've done, but because of who you are. A human being worthy of rest, peace, and existence without justification. Set boundaries without guilt. Say no without over-explaining. Take breaks without apologizing. Your time is yours. Your energy is precious. Your peace is worth protecting. People who truly care will understand. People who don't are teaching you who deserves access to your life. What if you measured success differently? Not by how much you did, but by how present you were. Not by how busy you looked, but by how peaceful you felt. Not by external achievements, but by internal alignment. Success isn't doing everything. It's doing what matters and releasing what doesn't. You are worthy right now, in this exact moment, as you are. Not after you finish the project, not after you reach the goal, not after you prove yourself one more time. Right now, your existence is enough. Your being is enough. You are enough. If you're ready to rest without guilt, type in the comments, I am enough without the hustle. Number 7, healing is a spiral, not a straight line. You thought you were getting better. You had good days, strong days, days where you felt like yourself again. And then suddenly you're back. Back in the darkness, back in the pain, back in the struggle you thought you'd overcome. And you feel like you failed, like all your progress was illusion, like you're right back at the beginning. But here's the truth. Healing doesn't move in straight lines. It spirals. It ebbs and flows. It takes 2 steps forward and 1 step back. And that's not failure. That's exactly how healing works. Rumi understood this. The wound is the place where the light enters you. Your pain isn't pointless. Your struggle isn't meaningless. Every difficult moment is teaching you about your strength, your capacity, your resilience. Think of healing like climbing a mountain in spirals. You circle around, sometimes feeling like you're covering familiar ground. But you're not at the same elevation. You're higher, you see more, you understand more. The path feels familiar, but you're not the same person walking it. Bad days don't erase good days. A setback doesn't undo months of progress. That difficult moment yesterday doesn't cancel the growth you've achieved. You're not back at the beginning. You're in a new place with old feelings. And that's different. Your triggers will still trigger. Your wounds will still be tender. Your trauma will still echo. But each time you face them, you get stronger. Each time you survive them, you build evidence that you can survive them again. Each time you choose healing, you're creating new pathways, new patterns, new possibilities. Stop comparing your healing to others' timelines. Stop judging yourself for not being over it yet. There's no deadline on processing pain. There's no expiration date on healing. Some wounds are deep, some take time. That doesn't make you weak, it makes you human. Celebrate the small victories nobody sees. You got out of bed today. You faced your fear. You asked for help. You didn't give up. These aren't small things. These are acts of courage. These are evidence of healing, even when it doesn't feel like enough. There will be days when you feel like you're drowning again. Days when old patterns resurface. Days when you question if healing is even possible. On those days, remember this. You've survived every difficult day so far. 100% success rate. That's not luck. That's strength. Healing requires patience you don't feel like you have. It requires trust when you're tired of trusting. It requires you to keep going when everything in you wants to quit. But you don't have to heal perfectly. You just have to keep healing honestly. Give yourself grace for the hard days. Give yourself credit for progress you can't see. Give yourself permission to heal at your own pace, in your own way, on your own timeline. You're not racing anyone. You're not competing with anyone. You're simply becoming whole again, one imperfect day at a time. The spiral isn't taking you backward, it's taking you deeper, and deeper is where the real healing lives. So keep going, keep healing, keep trusting the process, even when the process feels broken. You're not broken, you're becoming. If you're giving yourself grace for the nonlinear path, type in the comments, "I trust my healing journey." Number 8, the what if game is rigged. What if it doesn't work? What if they reject you? What if you fail? What if you're not ready? What if everything falls apart? These questions are thieves. They break into your mind at night and steal your peace. They paralyze you during the day. They keep you small, safe, stuck. They fill your present with fear about a future that hasn't happened and might never happen. Seneca, the Stoic philosopher, wrote something 1 year ago that still cuts through the noise today. We suffer more often in imagination than in reality. Think about that. Most things you worry about never occur. You've survived countless fears that turned out to be nothing. Yet your mind keeps manufacturing new ones, keeps asking, what if? Keeps preparing for disasters that exist only in thought. Here's what if really does. It keeps you from trying. It gives you reasons to stay comfortable. Because if you never risk, you never fail. But you also never succeed. You never grow. You never live. Your brain is designed to predict danger. It's trying to protect you. But it can't tell the difference between real threats and imagined ones. It treats the possibility of embarrassment the same as physical harm. Your nervous system responds to, what if they laugh? The same way it responds to, what if there's a bear? But these aren't the same. One might hurt your feelings, the other might end your life. Your brain doesn't know the difference. What if you ask different questions? What if it does work? What if they say yes? What if you succeed beyond imagination? What if you're more ready than you think? What if everything comes together beautifully? These questions are equally possible, but you don't ask them because hope feels more dangerous than fear. Fear disguises itself as preparation. I'm just being realistic, you tell yourself. I'm just thinking ahead. But there's a difference between planning and anxiety. Planning asks, what's my next step? Anxiety asks, what's the worst that could happen? And replays it endlessly. Truth is, you can't control most outcomes. You can't guarantee results. You can't eliminate all risk. Life is uncertain by nature, but you can control this. Whether you let fear make your decisions, whether you let what if steal your dreams before you even try. Every person who did something meaningful faced the same what ifs. Every artist before creating, every entrepreneur before launching, every person before saying, I love you. The difference isn't that brave people don't feel fear, it's that they act despite it. They feel the what if and move forward anyway. Start catching yourself when what if thinking begins. Notice it, name it. There's my mind trying to predict the future again. Then redirect. Bring yourself back to now. What do you know right now? What can you do right now? What's actually happening right now, not in the imagined future? Practice the pause. When anxiety grips you, take 3 deep breaths. Feel your feet on the ground. Look around. Name 5 things you can see. This brings you back to reality, back to the present, back to the only moment you have power in. Replace catastrophic thinking with realistic thinking, not blind optimism, honest assessment. This might not work, and if it doesn't, I'll figure it out. I might fail, and if I do, I'll learn something. Things might go wrong, and if they do, I'll handle it. You've handled everything so far. You'll handle what comes next. The future unfolds whether you worry or not. Worry doesn't prevent bad things. It only prevents you from enjoying good things happening now. Choose presence over prediction. Choose action over anxiety. Choose living over endless mental rehearsal of things that might never be. If you're ready to stop feeding fear and start living, type in the comments, I choose courage over worry. Number 9, growth means losing people who can't grow with you. There are people in your life who knew the old you. The you who stayed quiet, the you who played small, the you who accepted less than you deserved. And now you're changing, growing, becoming. But they're uncomfortable with this new version. They want you to stay who you were because it makes them comfortable, and you feel guilty for evolving. Heraclitus said, "No man ever steps in the same river twice, for it's not the same river, and he's not the same man." Change is the only constant. You're not who you were last year. You won't be the same next year. This is natural. This is growth. This is life. But here's the painful truth. Not everyone can grow with you. Not every relationship is meant to last forever. Some people are in your life for a season, not a lifetime. And that's okay. It doesn't make the love less real. It just means your paths are diverging. You've changed. Your values shifted. Your goals evolved. Conversations that once fulfilled you now feel empty. Places that felt like home now feel confining. Dreams you shared with people no longer align. And you feel guilty, like you're abandoning them, like you're being disloyal. But growth isn't betrayal. Choosing yourself isn't selfish. Creating space for your evolution isn't cruel. You can love people and still outgrow them. You can appreciate what they brought while acknowledging they're no longer aligned with where you're going. Some people will celebrate your growth. They'll encourage your dreams. They'll support your transformation. These are your people. Keep them close. But others will resist. They'll criticize. They'll try to guilt you. They'll say, "You've changed," like it's an insult. And maybe you have changed. Maybe that's exactly the point. You don't owe anyone your small self. You don't owe anyone stagnation to make them comfortable. You don't owe anyone the right to limit you just because they refuse to grow. Your first responsibility is to your own becoming. Letting go doesn't have to be dramatic. It doesn't require confrontation. Sometimes it's just a gentle release, spending less time together, creating boundaries. allowing the relationship to naturally become what it needs to be now, even if that's less than what it was. The same applies to places. That job that once excited you now drains you. That city that once inspired you now suffocates you. That environment that once served your growth now limits it. You're allowed to leave. You're allowed to seek spaces that match who you're becoming. Grief is part of this process. It's okay to mourn what was while moving toward what will be. You can feel sad about endings while knowing they're necessary. You can miss people while recognizing distance is healthier. You can honor the past while choosing the future. Your growth will threaten people standing still. Your light will make people uncomfortable who hide in darkness. Your courage will challenge people choosing comfort. This isn't your problem to fix. Your job isn't to shrink so others feel bigger. Your job is to become fully yourself. Trust the process of outgrowing. Trust that the right people will meet you at your new level. Trust that opportunities will align with your evolution. Trust that every ending makes space for a beginning that serves you better. You're not losing anything real. You're releasing what no longer fits so you can embrace what does. You are allowed to evolve. You are allowed to grow. You are allowed to become who you were always meant to be, even if it means leaving behind who you used to be and the people who love that version. If you're ready to outgrow without guilt, type in the comments, "I honor my evolution." Number 10, your story is still being written. You're here, reading these words, breathing, fighting, hoping. Even if that hope is barely a whisper, you're still here. You've survived everything that tried to break you, every loss, every betrayal, every moment you thought you couldn't continue. And yet here you are. That's not luck, that's power. F. Scott Fitzgerald wrote, "For what it's worth, it's never too late to be whoever you want to be." Your story isn't finished. This chapter might be brutal, but it's not the final chapter. You're still writing, you're still becoming. The best parts of your story might still be unwritten. Maybe you're at a low point right now. Maybe you feel defeated. Maybe you've lost faith in yourself, in others, in better days. But low points aren't end points. They're turning points. They're where transformation begins, where you decide whether to give up or rise up. Every ending in your life has been a beginning in disguise. Every closed door pushed you toward one that needed to open. Every person who left made space for someone better. Every failed plan redirected you towards something more aligned. You couldn't see it then, but looking back you can trace the pattern. How everything that fell apart made way for things to fall into place. Your past doesn't determine your future unless you let it. Yes, you've been hurt. Yes, you've failed. Yes, you've made mistakes. But none of that defines what happens next. Every single day is a blank page. Every morning is a chance to write something different. The pen is in your hand. Think about the moments you almost gave up but didn't. Think about times you felt hopeless but kept going anyway. Think about the strength you didn't know you had until you needed it. You've already proven your resilience. You've demonstrated your capacity to survive. This moment isn't different. You'll get through this too. The Japanese art of kintsugi teaches a powerful lesson. When pottery breaks, they repair it with gold, making the cracks beautiful. The bowl isn't destroyed by breaking. It's made more valuable because of it. The gold-filled cracks become the most precious part. You are the same. Your scars, your struggles, your broken places. They're not flaws. They're proof of survival. Evidence of strength. The places where gold entered. You don't need to have it figured out. You don't need to know where you're going. You just need to take the next step. Then the next. Then the next. One step at a time. One day at a time. One choice at a time. That's how every meaningful journey happens. Not in giant leaps, but in persistent forward motion. Stop waiting for someday. Stop waiting for perfect conditions. Stop waiting to feel ready. The life you want starts with choices you make today. The person you want to become is built through actions you take now. This moment matters. You matter. Your story includes pain, but isn't defined by it. Your story includes failure, but isn't defined by it. Your story includes struggle, but isn't defined by it. Your story is about resilience, about courage, about a person who kept going when everything said to stop, about someone who chose hope when despair seemed easier. The ending hasn't been written yet. The final chapter is still blank, and you hold the pen. What will you write? What will you create? What will you become? The answer depends on what you choose right now. In this moment, with all the strength you've gathered from surviving everything that tried to break you, you are not defined by your darkest days. You are defined by the fact that you survived them. You are not measured by how many times you fell. You are measured by how many times you got back up. And you've gotten up every single time. That's not weakness, that's warrior energy. The world needs your story, the messy parts, the broken parts, the parts where you didn't know if you'd make it, but somehow did. Because someone out there is in the darkness right now, and your story might be the light that helps them find their way out. So keep writing, keep becoming, keep choosing yourself, your healing, your growth, your future. The best chapters are often written after the hardest ones. The most beautiful mornings come after the longest nights. And your morning? It's coming. It's closer than you think. If you believe your best chapters are still ahead, type in the comments, "My story continues." You made it, all the way to the end. That says something about you. It says you're serious about changing. It says you're ready to stop letting negative thinking control your life. It says you're choosing yourself, your peace, your power. Everything we've walked through today comes down to one truth. You have power over your mind. Not total control, that's unrealistic, but power. The power to notice when your thoughts are lying. The power to question the critic's voice. The power to choose which thoughts deserve your energy and which need to be released into the wind. This journey won't be easy. Rewiring thought patterns you've practiced for years takes time, patience, commitment. Some days will be harder. Some moments you'll slip back into old patterns. That's okay. That's human. That's part of the process. What matters is that you keep choosing awareness. Keep choosing compassion. Keep choosing to speak to yourself like someone worthy of love. Remember, your mind is a garden, not a dumpster. The voice in your head is not your voice. Comparison is a trap. Mistakes don't define you. You don't need permission to start over. Your worth isn't measured by productivity. Healing isn't linear. What if thinking is rigged? You're allowed to outgrow people and places. And your story? Your story isn't over. You are not stuck. You are not broken. You are not too far gone. You are a masterpiece in progress, and that's beautiful. You are learning to be gentler with yourself, and that's revolutionary. You are someone who stayed through this entire video because something in you still believes better days are possible. Hold on to that belief. Feed it. Water it. Watch it grow into something that changes your entire life. Before you go, do something for yourself. Hit that like button. Not for me. As a promise to yourself that you're done living small. Drop your most powerful affirmation in the comments. Let's build a community of people choosing themselves. Share this with someone fighting the same battle in silence. Subscribe because you need these reminders daily. You deserve daily encouragement. You deserve to remember your worth. You deserve to break free from negative self-thinking once and for all. Come back to this video on hard days. Let these words be your anchor when the storm returns. You are worthy. You are enough. You are becoming. And I promise you, your best days are still ahead. Let's make this the most powerful affirmation section on YouTube. I am worthy. I am enough. I am becoming.